Perhaps because I have 6 decades of experience with screw-ups, I was drawn to Chapter 22, Recover from a Screw-Up, Using Tools That Help More Than an Apology. I wish I'd learned these things a long time ago. If you haven't already read this chapter, at least check out Jay's super creative solution to his screw-up in which he published a journal article locating a volcano in the wrong state. After the disorienting, disagreeable, and disturbing hazards with which the last several years have plagued us all, trudging as we have through seemingly endless cultural quicksand, reading Jay's simple advice felt like I was unwrapping a mystery package that turned out to be an elegant and reliable walking stick gifted by a master craftsman. Jay's wisdom brought me such a sense of relief and hope that while this next stage of my pilgrimage will not likely be easy, I feel much better equipped to do what needs to be done in avoiding unnecessary trips, stumbles, and falls. I can see plenty of opportunities looming to be able to use this chapter's advice this year, especially considering that election years have become unfortunately fertile ground for divisiveness and disdain. When tempers start flaring, any of us who even dare to speak in public are bound to be accused of saying the wrong thing just by opening our mouths. I think Jay's advice regarding screw-ups is just as helpful whether the screw-ups are real or perceived, ours or someone else's. In the coming year, there are likely to be additional tensions and stressors to catalyze even more screw-ups than usual. Just last week, someone in our church who was super stressed about some family matters accidentally pulled out a power cable before the sermon recording had been processed. Thankfully, their mistake happened late in the process, so the file was intact and just needed to be uploaded again. No love or data was lost. It stood out to our tech team, aka my husband, that people who are stressed out make uncharacteristic mistakes. I'm encouraging us all to roll up our sleeves and prepare for the year by doing good soul care, paying attention, noticing what we're noticing, and keeping our hearts soft towards God and people. In a sermon, the advice in this chapter could be helpful when presented as an invitation to add another tool to hearers' conflict resolution tool belts. I feel uncomfortable with some of Jay's suggestions as they feel manipulative or overly self-focused, but I would encourage listeners to be quick to own up to screw-ups and initiate conversation instead of trying to hide yourself or your actions. Realize that past tense focuses on blame, present tense focuses on values, and future tense focuses on choices. Following a screw-up, be sure to acknowledge it and then make a positive statement about what you want to do in the future to prevent that from happening again. I think it's good to also humbly apologize. Let's learn to recover well from our screw-ups.